Good evening and welcome to the news. One of those days where it's nice in the garden, then the sun goes behind a cloud and suddenly it's really cold. Hey ho, can't be helped. April. The workbench. The workbench, currently my most overused phrase, wobblier than a 5-year-old's tooth. So today, this week, the plan is get some stretchers from one set of legs to the other, cut, and see if we can reduce that wobble. Maybe this week, time to attempt my tenon and mortise. Mortise and tenon. Tenon and mortise. Mortise and tenon. Maybe this week, time to attempt my mortise and tenon, but I think that might be another week. See how we get on. Okay, I'm not happy. So I marked up the first stretcher. Then I made a plumb line, and my legs aren't plumb, which means the stretcher won't be sitting straight, I don't think. So third attempt, I'm making much harder work of this than I need to. So my length of both my pieces of wood is 169 centimeters. So my halfway point is 845 mil. Yeah, would you believe it? Exactly where the centerpiece of wood is. $84.5. And the space between my legs is 156 centimeters, half of which is 780 mil. So if from either end I go 78 mil, then that's where my inside cut should be. Oh, I'm sure I've made this so much harder than it needed to be. Right, I think I'm correctly set up. I'm doing the opposite of what I normally like to do, which is cutting and then moving to the right. In this instance, I've got to cut and move to the left. I've got a gripe with the Guild miter saw. The laser is run off 2 AAA batteries. Why doesn't it just run off the mains, the same as the saw? Right, here defenders. Wish me luck. I'm going in. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I reckon I've got about an inch left. I'm going to do my first test fit. I'm expecting it to be too short, too narrow. Yeah, it is, but nowhere near as much as I expected. Wow. I think one more cut and we are there. Right, I don't know whether you can see this or not. That's in. Right, let's do the other end. Ho, 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 ho. First test. First test. Second test. Well, do you know what? I'm not gonna use force, but we're on both ends. Very good. Okay, one coffee break later. Let's work on the second one. This one I have put a mark where piece 2x4 should finish. So let's see if that helps or hampers. Right, I'm not quite up to my pencil line, but I'm close. So let's take our first look. Well, I'm so glad I stopped there. No more. That's enough. Okay, I'm further away from the pencil mark, but taking the example of the first one, just a little bit more. I make myself laugh. I need to brush up or increase my number of sayings. I'm happy with that. I don't know if you can see. It's not like a 5-year-old's tooth anymore. I think what I will do, as I say, at the moment everything's been done to a dry fit, because this is going to be disassembled, go into storage, go to France with me. And then in France, when I've got my workshop, I can put it together again. I can glue it. Dowels, definitely on those. They look made for dowels. What I do need to do is just number my corners, so that when I do go to put it together again, I know exactly which piece is going where. And then disaster strikes. So those are the cuts I made yesterday. Attached the bearers or stretchers to the workbench. Everything's good. Just wanted to take them back off again to get them in the shed until I was ready to work on it again. So took them off. So in all honesty, I really shouldn't be surprised. If you look, oh, there you go. That bit's come off as well. That's an inch thickness. That's 3/4 of an inch. Just the strain of having it fixed really tightly, impressively tightly, I have to say. Just taking it back off again. The wood's just popped off. So what I intend to do, there's going to be dowels coming through here, attaching it to the workbench. I'd still like these pieces on if I can, so I'm going to attempt to glue them and stick dowels through them. I don't know if that'll work, but it can't do any harm, so I'm going to glue and clamp vice, see how we get on. I've glued that up. I'm not sure how successful that will be. Hopefully better than my last gluing attempt. I'm going to wait for the glue to dry. I'm going to give it at least 24 hours. Doesn't need that long, but I think can't do any harm. And then I am going to insert dowels, and it makes sense, I think, as well. Lessons learned. Let's put dowels in the other end as well and see if that strengthens it at all. Okay, let's wait for the glue to dry. Okay, that was summer over. Very grey and overcast today. My glue has had longer than 24 hours, so I'm happy that that's set. Operation repair the damage. We're going to drill holes, 2 holes each end. I'm going to cut some dowels and glue those in place. Do you know, one of the things I least enjoy about woodwork is using glue, which is worrying because everyone seems to use loads. And I don't seem to be very good at it. So I've just done 2. Okay, second piece. Perfect timing, just coming on to rain. That's good. I'm just finishing up here. Yeah, I wish they were a bit more snug. Glue all over my fingers. That's all done. We'll give that 24, 48 hours to dry, cure, whatever. And then we'll come back. We'll try putting the stretchers in place again. I want them in place because I am going to proceed with that mortise and tenon idea. Providing the thicknesses, don't want to make the same mistake again. Don't want to try and insert a mortise so wide that it splits the timber it's going into. So I'll check that, but if that's viable, if not, I think I'll just do the half cut and it will just sit on top, but again it's going to give rigidity. And if this bench is going to have a wood lathe on the top, say if, then rigidity is going to be one of the things it wants. Okay, wait for a glue to dry. What are you still doing here? I said we're waiting for the glue to dry. I'm going to call it there for this week. See how that glue does dry, what sort of strength we get in those. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, whatever. I'm growing my channel. I think I started off with 2 subscribers. I think those were my kids, and I think we're just shy of 40 now, so we're moving in the right direction. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you next time.